Greetings traders, welcome to my trading journal. Today I would like to talk about my current position, which is poor man's covered call. It's been a while, I haven't talked about it and haven't prepared any video for that. Today I thought of recording all the adjustment I have done to this trade so far to my trading journal. So welcome back again. This trade, this poor man's covered call, what is it, how it is different from covered call is something which I have covered in my last video. If you haven't looked at it, I would recommend you to go and watch my poor man's covered call playlist. It talks about the definition of it, how it is different from covered call. This is the presentation. I talked about it in a greater detail, how it is different from covered call or buying a stock, how the different payoffs of buying a stock, buying a covered call and buying a poor man's covered call look like, is something which I have covered in that video at detail. So this particular trade is making a huge loss for me, but then am I going to book all the losses that have been incurred so far? Let's identify what I'm going to do with this trade. So let's start from the beginning. So this was the initial position. This was the initial position. We went long on December's expiry 17,000 call when Nifty was trading at around 17,800, and that's when this particular call was trading at 1860. That's when I entered into this trade, and to minimize or to risk of this, I shorted this 18,000 covered call, 18,000 call of that particular week's expiry, that was 13th of April, and I shorted around 100 rupees of call initially. That's where we have entered into this position. The view was very simple. The view was, all this poor man covered call is extremely directional strategy, wherein the view is, and that too, it's a bullish strategy. If you really have a bullish stand on the underlying, that's when you should be entering this. But then our view went completely wrong. This is where we have entered this when Nifty was trading at 17,800. And exactly from there it went against our hypothesis, and it went all the way to 16,800 in last couple of days. It has recovered it really well, but then that has made a lot of damage to our trade. So this is the first adjustment I did on 12th of March, wherein I booked all those 100 points here, 95 points to be precise, against this long call. And I was looking at 13,000 of loss on this long call that I have, but then I have I've been able to get 95 points out of it. And then I've shorted, that was the end of that expiry, and I've shorted 17,800 call with 57 rupees of credit over there, right? So that was the initial adjustment which I did on 12th of March. After that, again, after 12th of March, it again went down significantly, and at the end of last expiry, that's when I did on 19th of March, even before the expiry, I did an adjustment wherein this call, which I shorted 57 rupees, it was really having just 3 rupees into it. So I have booked it, and I've I shorted another call which is of April expiry. Now that's the monthly expiry. 17,400 call is something which I have shorted. And by doing that, what I also did was, because this long call 17,000 call was trading at 1,200 rupees, that's when I have done averaging of it. So if you remember, our first call which we entered, our position was 1860, and the second call I did a adjustment here. So if you remember, we just were one lot short, but here we are one one lot long. Here we have 2 lots long, and I did a averaging here to take down the average price of this call from 18,060 to 15,080. What that has done for my trade is I've been able to short 2 lots now of 17,400, collecting 60 rupees each there, right? So I was looking at 36,000 rupees of loss there, but then by then I had booked around 8,000 rupees from my 13th April and 21st April expiries call, and I was on now monthly call, which was again is going to give me some 60 points of credit. So the idea behind every all in this entire trade is I still maintain a bullish stand on Nifty. Even if my view is completely wrong, at least in last 15 days, I still have a long-term view of Nifty breaching 18,000 at the end of this year, which is December 2022, right? So if at all Nifty does that, this particular call will have some intrinsic value, which will be kind of let's say if at all it does expire at 18,000 points in December, I will be looking at only 580 rupees of loss here, because it will still hold 1,000 rupees of intrinsic value there, and I will be looking at 580 rupees of loss here per lot. But then what my plan here is, so now if you have seen in the first adjustment we have booked this 100 points, in the second adjustment we have booked this 57 points. Now this is the third adjustment wherein we are planning to book these 60 points here, right? So by collecting this 60-70 points every expiry, we should make sure that we basically take almost 1,500 rupees of credit. Even if let's say it expires worthless below 17,000, we should be able to recover all the losses that we are going to incur. All those 1,600 rupees of loss per lot is something that we'll try and cover from all the short calls in each weekly expiry that we are going to short these calls on. So that is the idea, wherein if at all it goes up, which is going to help us help this trade do better, that's when we'll start rolling up this call from 17,400 to 500, 600, and so on and so forth. So idea is to collect 50-60 points on every weekly expiry to accommodate all the losses that we plan to have. On a worst case scenario, we are going to lose all these 1,500 or 1,600 points each lot, but then we will make sure whatever 30-40 expiries which are left in this year, we will make sure with the help of this as a hedge, we'll try and short the call which is close to this spot, and we'll try to generate some rental income on this long call that we have entered our position into. So that's the idea of this trade. So this is the trade. You can see current trade. We are looking at 28,000 rupees. This is a live trade. Now I can show you. This is the live trade wherein market is over now. So we are looking at 28,000 rupees of loss here collectively for 2 lots, around 14,000 rupees of loss per lot. But then we have already as per our adjustment, we have been able to generate around 8,000 or 9,000 of profit so far on this position, and idea is to keep collecting this credit on week basis, right? So on this this expiry, we will collect whatever credit. If at all it expires worthless, I am going to close this position, and I am going to open a new position for first week May expiry of, let's say, if at all Nifty expires at 17,000 or 17,200, I will try and short 17,500 call for May's expiry, first week May's expiry, and so on and so forth. I will try and collect 50 to 100 points of credit every week basis to compensate all the losses that we are going to have it here, right? So I will keep you posted on this. If you really like the content on this video, please make sure you subscribe to this channel. And I am also learning. I am also learning this particular strategy. I have tried this a couple of times. I did I was able to bottom catch the bottom very easily last time whenever I executed this, and I was greatly benefited out of it. But then this time my view went completely wrong. But then I still have still have 7 to 8 months to get my view right here, right? So 17,000 to 18,000, that too for next 6 to 8 months, and I still have lot of expiries wherein I can compensate all the losses in case again if it goes against my view, which is 18,000 by the end of this year, right? Even if that doesn't hold true, I will try and collect all the credit from all these weekly expiries here. This is how I am adjusting this position. If at all anybody who is watching this video, if anybody of you know the better way of adjusting this, feel free to contact me, or please feel free to write some comments and let me know the better ways of managing this trade. That would really help me and the community overall here. So thank you very much. Thank you very much for watching this video again. I will catch you up for the next set of adjustment on this trade. Until then, thank you very much.